him to Detroit.
No! No, not Detroit! No!
What day is it? Monday? Oh, Monday!
Monday, Monday, so good to me.
Hey, it's Monday.
Medical
Monday.
Changes could be coming to Michigan's marijuana law. A new set of bills now being heard in Lansing.
Marijuana is not a drug.
And the bills would have major implications to small medical growers known as caregivers.
That's some heavy shit, man.
Small pot farmers in California say the state is not standing by its promise to protect.
Big companies were supposed to be limited, but some have stacked hundreds of licenses.
Stop hitting me so hard.
Created a cartel, essentially.
You have an industry allowing for businesses to operate like cartels.
But it's a Monday.
Harm has been done by the fact that we didn't legalize it back then.
Well, I don't know if there's any harm that's been done.
There was people getting arrested, there were people getting thrown in jail. I mean, that counts, doesn't it?
What kind of joint is this, man?
Smoking marijuana all in public. You would think that shit was legal. We the Pistons in the 8, 9, and 9. Oh, bad boy, bad boy.
Just another medical.
Shit. I was still muted. My bad, y'all. Welcome to Medical Mondays, y'all. This is your host with the most, THC, in his motherfucking bloodstream, BERG. Of course, we got our returning panelists with us, Adam L. Brook, a.k.a. Mr. Hash Bash himself.
What's up?
What up? What up? Before we get into anything else, I want to give a huge shout out to all of our awesome sponsors. Yeah, let me pull that up. Good shout. Native Made 313, Michigan Turf Farms, Nuggeduction Extracts, Tiki Madman, SOB Labs, and Tree Street Packaging. Boom. So here on Medical Mondays, we want to remind everybody out there, if you got a medical marijuana program in your state, you should go out and get your card, y'all. And one of the places you can do that here in Michigan is Detroit Certification Center. You can get them at DetroitCertCenter.com, Detroit Cert Center on social media, or you could give them a call. It's 248-275-6707. Again, that's 248-275-6707. You can call or text. So, yeah, holler at Detroit Certification Center, y'all. There's plenty of other places out there as well. They got Vehicle City, Social, GC3, Pure West out west, Michael Dewey up north, Michigan Weedsters, Dr. Bridget, and the list goes on and on, y'all. So go out, get your card, people. Much love to everybody in the chat so far. We got Cognac, Tis Me, Shannon, Native Made, David Hall, Detroit River Rat, Illier, Prop One. Oh shit, Pop Pop's up in here too. What up, Pop Pop? Just seen you a few minutes ago.
Damn, 4 miles away.
Shout out to Pop Up. Fucking shout out to everybody I've seen this weekend. Well, not everybody, at least the people that I like.
And the ones that'll be allowed to return next year.
Right. But yeah, I want to talk about some stuff that went on at Hash Bash. Shout out to our boy Pony Boy for rocking that bitch once again. Lil Easy E was in the building. He rocked that shit. Had a couple sing-alongs with his father's songs. That was fucking dope. Well, it wasn't really sing-alongs, but we sang along to that shit.
We knew it better than he did at one point.
Right, it seemed like it. I think it was the weed, man. The Michigan weed got him.
He was a youngster when them songs came out.
Mm-hmm. Man, before we get into anything, what you smoking on, Adam?
I'm smoking on some Michigan Turf Farms Tropical Papaya.
I'm smoking on some Holly Berry right now, Michigan Turf Farms.
Oh, I had some of that Boo Berry somewhere. I gotta find that.
Man, I fucking kicking myself in the ass. I ended up losing some rosin that Clover gave me, but I'm sure I'll get some more soon, hopefully. Big shout out to Native Maid. She was in the building. So was Nug Abduction. So was SOB. And
Yes,
Tree Street Packaging came through. Michigan Turf Farms was in the building.
Hey, look what I got.
Oh man, look at that shit. Oh shit. If you didn't come, you missed out. You missed out, yo.
I put all my weed stuff in it.
No, a lot of people were like, man, I need one. I need one.
Right. Oops. I put all my weed stuff in there to transfer it home. I was like, I need a bag. Oh, this would be a perfect bag. And shout out to all the people that hooked me up with all this non-sponsored stuff, but I got a lot of it, so we know what we'll be doing during the week.
Ooh, Miss Rue said she's smoking on some blueberry sugar. I got some of that rolled up along with some Original Z. And the very last, actually only half of the joint is fucking wedding pie. But I got some SOB going in my lungs. So I'm happy. Yeah, some people gave me some pre-rolls that didn't look too good, so I just gave them away. I won't mention their names, so I'll be nice.
I get a lot of that, and I don't have to mention their names because I get so many of them that it's like I try them because you never know when a guy hands you a black tube with a.
I actually tasted them. Like, it wasn't like
no.
I always taste my fucking weed dry, hit it before I light it, and it just wasn't all that. Unfortunately.
Yeah. How am I supposed to know what this shit is? Hold
on. I think who else I see, man. Shout out to Cognac was in the building. Shout out to Hash Bash Cash, man. I don't know if he's still on his way home or if he's home now, but he was in the building this weekend. There was plenty of fucking fun had this weekend, but unfortunately there was some shadiness as well. I think Adam's on the phone right now. But yeah, we'll get into that in a second.
I'm sorry. I had.
That's all right.
She's on her way back from Cedar Point. They went down. Otter had a dance competition, so they stayed overnight for the eclipse, and They were at Cedar Point. It's taken them forever to get home because there's all kinds of constructions.
Speak of the devil, hash bash cash in the building. What up, though?
What up, though? Man, I walked into the elevator. He was there. I got an announcement. Of course, nobody was there to hear it, but, you know, I appreciate that.
Hell yeah. Smoking these daily donuts. Native Maid said, damn. I didn't have one of those. I didn't get one.
I smoked this thing. It fucked me up. I'm not sure what it is or who it's by. But whatever came in this tube fucked me up.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I smoked before I went into the doctor today. That's okay. They know.
It wasn't labeled? Didn't say what it was?
If it does, it's so small printing at the bottom that this blind guy can't read it.
Oh, Native Maid said Adam got one. Damn.
Well, yeah. Adam did get one.
Well, fuck you, Berg. I was surprised, man. I only got a few fuck you Bergs this year. I was kind of disappointed. I'm used to like walking through the fucking atrium and hearing fuck you, Berg, fuck you, Berg, fuck you, Berg. I think they were just whispering it to themselves, like fuck you. B wrote in the building. I'm eating a Native Maid blueberry muffin, and it's delicious. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I seen a couple people walking around with them. I'm like, I warned one girl, because she was a small girl. I was like, hey, do you plan on eating that here? She was like, I was thinking about it. I was like, well, you might only want to eat half of that if you're going to be here. Unless you want to get found somewhere, fucking laid out. Somebody had to fucking come get a fucking wagon and take your ass to the car or something.
Yeah.
Well, she was pretty little. Probably somebody just throw her over their fucking shoulder. Oh yeah, Detroit River Rat said that edibles don't fuck with him. Edibles ain't shit to him. Well, apparently he finally had some Native Maid this weekend, and he said that they fucking, what did he say? Native Maid put me out Friday night. So he was done. What time was that? Were you planning to go to bed when you went to bed, or was that a surprise? You were like, "Oh shit, it's time for bed."
I better put my jammies on now.
Right.
Easy E got wrecked with a pineapple cake. That's pretty funny. Easy E was there walking around all weekend, saying hi to people, just hanging out. That's one of the cool things about Hash Bash Cup is that the performers are there. They'd like to hang out with the people. There is no lock on the green room door. There ain't no security. I mean, there's security, but they're not there to keep you out of the green.
Yeah.
You know, it ain't like Pine Knob where you don't have a laminate, you ain't going nowhere.
Right. I mean, I just walk up in there, but everybody's, like, oh, fuck you, Berg, as I walk by. But what did he say? Cognac, yep. That happened to me when I ate a Native Maid brownie. Damn. Yeah.
Yeah, the native made the pound cake she makes. I eat them. I can't stop eating it. So I have learned how to time it so that when I leave the dab house, way home, I start eating it. And then by the time I get home
and get all your shit in.
Right. Then I'm like, all right, I'm going to eat the other half and go to bed. And I do, because they're great. It tastes great.
Oh yeah, man. That's what fucks me up. The pineapple upside down cake is my fucking, it's like my kryptonite, bro. Except Superman doesn't love kryptonite.
No.
But bro, I seen fucking little Easy E over by Big J's fucking room and shit. And I walked up to him. I could tell that he was just fried. I put my hand on his shoulder. I was like, man, I heard you were a big fan of Medical Mondays, man. Here's a sticker. Everybody that was standing there was fucking,
That's I told him when he came by my table, he was like, hey man, how you doing? I'm like, hey, my question is how you doing?
Yeah.
I told you this would be like no other event you ever been at.
No, like when I first seen him in person,
right?
I was like, man, this guy ain't gonna fucking recognize me. And then he was like, I was like, oh shit, yes.
And I said to him, I said, if you would have known what kind of party this was, and how gracious people would have been towards you, and how much free shit people would have given you, I said, I'd have been able to get you for a cheaper price, right? He's like, yeah. I mean, no shit. Yeah, you'd have gotten me cheaper.
Bro, yeah, I'm telling you, everybody who comes, like, if they knew it was going to be what it is,
right?
They wouldn't have fucking charged that much. You know what I mean? Like, well, at least I wouldn't. Like, if I was a performer and they were like, oh, yeah, come perform at this, oh, yeah, fucking, plus you're not putting my name on anything. I'm not an attraction. I can walk around this event without getting fucked with.
Because my fans aren't here.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I have fans here.
I mean, some fans are.
Right. I have fans here, but it's not like they announced I was going to be there. So all these guys who were down with me showed up and didn't care about anything else. You know, that's the nice thing about that. I mean, and there's people that we could bring out that everybody would know, but you'd have to hide them as soon as they got off stage because they'd get mugged. Not, injured, but, surrounded by people. But he enjoyed it. I mean,
for sure. Even when people walk up to you at Hash Bash, they're not fucking swarming. You know what I mean?
No, very respectful. But even when we had, I was about to mention Obi Trice. We had Obi Trice one year. He showed up the next year on his own.
Yeah,
not to perform, just to say hi because he knows us. So he knew getting in the building wasn't going to be a problem, and he came by to say hi. I thought that I tell people that all the time. That because to me that was cool.
Hell yeah.
Oh
yeah. That guy Prop was in the building too. I seen him a couple places.
You didn't see no girl?
No. He was with Paul. Shout out to Paul.
That's the other thing, man. I saw so many people who came up to me and like I recognized their voices or I knew their face, but I wasn't sure from where. And they're like, hey, man, I watch you on Instagram all the time. And I'm like, well, you should come in and say hello once in a while, But there was a huge, huge Instagram following. Next year, we need to do like a IG meet and greet.
No, that would be dope.
You know, just promo and IG meeting.
Yeah. Oh, that would be dope. Yeah. Maybe next year we can have a round table for Medical Mondays dedicated to only Medical Mondays people. How's that sound?
Where would you put it?
Tree Street Magazine. I would just take up one of the fucking round tables in the atrium.
One of the ones in the atrium.
Yeah. Get a Medical Mondays fucking tablecloth made for it.
Yeah, we could do that. I'd get a fence put around it, have cage matches.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You have to have fucking, we'll sell the little fucking tickets.
I might, speaking of little, I might bring the wrestlers back next year.
Oh, man.
Now, let me rephrase that. My goal is to bring the wrestlers back next year.
No, there was a lot of people that were disappointed. They were like, man, I thought there was going to be wrestling.
It was WrestleMania in New York, and that's their big trade show. So that's where they all go to get picked up and, you know, join those local circuits. But I told the guy, I said, man, I gotta book you for next year. So no, the first Saturday in April, I want you that whole weekend. And we'll do big people, little people, both. You know, could you see Darren McCarty wrestling? I don't remember what his alter ego in the ring, but could you see him?
Oh, D-Max? I don't know.
D-Max, yeah. Could you see him wrestling a midget?
I mean, I can, but I feel sorry for the small person.
No. The wrestlers are midgets. Small people are small people. They explained this to me. Their manager, when I met him,
you got to explain this to me on the show.
I'm going to right now. When I met the manager of the wrestling company, I said, hey, nice to meet you. My name's Adam, but I got to ask you a question before we go any further. I said, the word, are we allowed to use it or not? He said, what word? I said, midget. He said, yeah, they love the word midget when you're talking about wrestling. They love it. That's what they are midget wrestlers. And someone was overheard this and said, well, what about micro wrestlers? Well, that's a company name. You can't use that as a general term for these people. But yeah, as long as you're talking about midget wrestling, you can use the word midget. Which I'm not comfortable with it, but I use it.
That's precisely why I said small people.
Yeah, no.
Oh, so what else did you enjoy this weekend? I know you were working.
Yeah, I enjoyed the working part of it, to be honest with you. What I really like, so I really like Kid 810. The kid from Flint.
I didn't even see him, bro.
And I liked him. And he would thank the crowd for making him feel comfortable up on stage. Because he really doesn't feel comfortable in front of crowds of people, and he's very nervous and whatnot. But he thanks the crowd. We had him on Thursday night for the loader vending party. And the vendor load-in party. I'll get this right. And
was there Thursday? I don't remember seeing him.
Yeah,
when did he go on?
You think I remember?
The first performer I seen was Nux and White Loaf.
White Loaf called me like the day before the event. And I had a little bit of space. And I said, man, I can give you this 15 minutes. He said, I'll take it. And I think I made the list and I don't even know it. Everyone came ask me, when's so-and-so going on? I have no idea. Class of Sound Man. He got the same list as I made.
You know how I found out? I went and asked the artist.
Did you when they were?
I walked up to Pony. I was like, "Hey, when are you going on?" He was like 6. I was like, "Oh shit, all right, bet."
Yeah.
I went up to Easy. He was like, "Oh yeah, I'm supposed to go on at 8." But then the fucking whole fire alarm shit, fucking not 8. What time was he supposed to
He was
go on?
supposed to go on at like 9:30 originally.
Yeah, right after.
Right
yeah,
after
right.
demolition.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something about that smoke alarm. I got 2 opinions about the smoke alarm. As an old time bouncer from a club, to me, it was like when the DJ starts playing shitty music, so people start to leave at the end of the night. That's kind of what it did, because it literally pushed a bunch of people out of the building. They got tired of listening to it, and they left. The fire alarm, when the fire alarm went off, the fire department was dispatched to the hotel. The 2 firefighters came in. They went to the area that the alarm said it was going off on. There was no fire. They came back. They filled out the fire watch form, which says that when we can turn our alarm off, when we can get it off, we can go into a mode that doesn't actually function as a fire alarm. And then you just send a guy around every hour and he comes back and signs off and said, "I didn't see any fires." So they already filled out that paperwork for us. And then I believe it was so smoky that that area kept getting smoke in it. We know exactly where this is. And the smoke detector suppression system that we use was not working there. And it just was going off. But as soon as it went off, they let us put it in standby mode. So we didn't have no problems after that. But I still blamed it on Bobby Z when I got up on stage. I blamed it on him. So shout out to Bobby Z for making the fire alarms go off. Because he said he was gonna.
Yeah. Well, we don't really need to talk about any of the winners since none of them were sponsors. But shout out to Canna Dave from the Michigan CannaCast.
Just as the organizer of the event, I should say that we will have the winners posted on our IG in probably 2 days, because tomorrow I have to attend the Johnson Clare's funeral. Yeah. So I'm not going to really be working. But I'm going to try to get it done for Thursday. If it does, and then eventually we'll get the list of the 98 different entries, which that's going to be a little more difficult, but we'll get her done, as they used to say.
Yeah, I got to see a lot more people perform this year too that I wanted to see. I got to see my boy Infamous NDS, my boy Nick. He performed. He rocked that bitch. Brought his whole band. If you've never seen him perform,
he's great with
it. Out. Yeah, he's fucking awesome, man.
Did you see the kids from Boise?
Yeah, they were all right. They were more old school type, fucking like Tribe Called Quest type, wannabe type shit. But I kept running into them, and they were like, "Oh man, you were the guy that was actually listening to us."
They can do like 3-hour freestyle shows. That's what
that's wild, man.
And I mean, I thought they were pretty awesome, considering that they're from Boise. And they literally called me 2 days before the event and said, "Are we allowed to cuss?"
Oh yeah, he said something about that on stage. It was like,
yeah, I'm like, "Fuck yeah, you're allowed to cuss, motherfucker."
You should have been like, "Fuck no."
But it was so energizing for him to be able to sing his songs the way they were meant, as opposed to how he has to do it at home in the Bible Belt.
Right, right.
You know? Did you see the Detroit Cobras? Did you check them
Yeah,
out?
no, that's who. Remember, I came up to you and I was like, "Hey, is this the Detroit Cobras?"
Yeah.
Because I never really heard of them, but I was like, "Man, this has to be the Detroit Cobras."
And I would encourage people in her memory, but because it's really good, to go check out some older or any Detroit Cobras recordings. And Rachel used to be the lead singer before she passed. And they got some pretty good tunes, you know? They deliver a message. That's that old school MC5 political type, you know, rock and roll.
Sure.
No,
I was surprised. I'm usually not really into that type of shit, but they kept on saying Detroit. That's what got
Detroit,
me.
man.
Detroit, Detroit.
Yeah, Detroit, motherfucker. People always think you're calling them a motherfucker when you say that.
Yeah, it's like, no.
I'm like,
I'm
no,
from
man,
Detroit, motherfucker.
You can't, right? You can't say Detroit, motherfucker, without. I mean, you can't say Detroit without saying a motherfucker. It don't.
Right.
It ain't.
It doesn't sound right.
We ain't all Coleman Young, but he had it right.
Right. For sure. He had that part right.
Well, yeah. And getting people to take a fall for it, right? But yeah, man, that was very exciting. Some of those bands, and then Sunday, the funk music. Did you listen to any of that?
Yeah, yeah. No, I was surprised. My boy T Money Green performed Saturday too.
Yeah, he
instead of Sunday. He usually performs Sunday. It was good to see him.
He's cool. He's really cool, actually. And his wife's cool too. And she wears my sweater, my t-shirts. So I always give her an event shirt because she'll wear it. Here's this older woman wearing your weed shirt. What's cool about that?
There was a few. I think there was a little more elderly people than last year, if I'm not tripping.
Oh yeah.
Maybe I just didn't notice them last year, but there's quite a few.
Man, how come I lose the chat and can never find it again?
What do you mean?
I got it. It clearly said, you know, push here for chat. It was just the too big of bold letters for me to see. But it was a good year, man. I really had a lot of fun this year. There were some things that happened that were fun. I mean, just out and out fun. The food trucks, I thought some of them were pretty good. Of course, I only ate from my two people I knew, the pizza guys and the hot dog guy. That's all I ate. But there were a lot. There were.
Yeah, I barely ate this weekend.
There were different food trucks from the past. That was kind of cool. And lot more hotel rooms being used as stores.
No, yeah, for sure.
Which it has always been not a dream of mine, but like that second floor balcony, I would turn all of those into vending spots.
Yeah, like a storefront.
Yeah, the curtains open, and you can then, you know, right there. Now, if you wanted to, for a little more money, you could have the furniture removed, and then it could be just like a store. Otherwise, I just put everything up against the window and talk to people in the doorway about it. You know, so you don't have to let people up in your space. You know, but there were a lot more of those. My man, Strawberry Lemonade, he owes me some lemonade because I didn't get none. And, but that was my own fault. I didn't go ask for any either. So he may owe it, but I never asked for it. So,
Adam, are you going to be reprinting some of your teas?
which tea didn't you get? I reprint all my teas.
And always head to Dominic's.
Dominic's?
That's what it says.
Why would you go to Dominic's? I mean, you got to walk.
That's what he said. That's what he said. I'm reading it.
You got to walk through the Monroe Street Fair in order to get to Dominic's. I'll go another day. I used to eat at Dominic's after every hash bash. I had my pound of shrimp, ordered a pizza.
Man, I didn't see the shit rib people this year.
The who?
The shit ribs. The people who cook ribs in their bathroom.
Oh, right. Yeah. I wonder what happened to them.
They used to have a cooler on each side of the fucking toilet with the lid up. Partying.
Yep. It was cool. It was a good one. A lot of work.
Somebody's saying pizza. I guess Dominic's pizza. Yeah.
So here's the thing. Dominic taught Tom Monahan how to make pizza. And then Tom Monahan went and opened up Domino's. But
I know the story.
Old man Dominic taught what's his face?
The Domino's dude.
Yeah, Tom Monahan, former owner of Detroit Tigers. But I like
because he used to wasn't it he used the same name as him for a while until
who's that?
Didn't the guy who started Domino's use that
name? He bought the old Dominic's restaurant and was doing his pizza out of there, and they opened their new Dominic's, and then he eventually became Domino's. But yeah, he had either bought their place or they were moving, and he kept whatever the deal was. I don't know. I wasn't there. But on Hash Bash, when Hash Bash used to be an hour long and you wanted to get the fuck off the diag because cops were so unfriendly, arresting 50, 100, 235 people one year, it was like, fuck it. Let's get the hell out of here and go over to Dominic's. So we'd go. I'd order a pound of shrimp. They got good shrimp. And a pizza. And place would be packed. But they had a staff table and nobody would ever sit there. But I sat there and had my shrimp, had my pizza. The freedom fighters used to have their meetings there. Back in the day, they'd meet there. And then one year we decided, hey, let's have a band. Okay, put a band upstairs. And then we were like, that band was kind of late. The next year, that band was kind of loud. Let's put the band on the balcony outside. That was a mistake. Police came and said, you can't do this. You need a permit. And that's how the Monroe Street Fair was born.
Bada boom, bada bing.
None of us were going to get the permit either because we were all busy doing other things. But yeah, I didn't make it over there this year to see my friends that are setting up. And I used to walk through it early in the morning, but walking's kind of hard. So I got lucky and got dropped off. Got dropped off to the golf cart. The golf cart drove me to onto the diag. And then when I was done speaking, I got back on the golf cart, went back to the car. Worked out pretty well. So shout out to Terrell for hooking me up.
Oh,
And my man James for driving me back and forth. And I always wonder, man, what's going on at the hotel? You know, I'm gone. I leave it. I used to leave at 8, 9 in the morning when I was driving myself. But I'm like, man, I wonder what's happening. Well, I hope everything's okay. Oh, it's noon. The music must have started. You know.
yeah.
But they got it down pretty pat. Most of the people. Our security's excellent. They make sure people do the right thing when they can. But
Yeah, people are talking about starting up food service rooms.
food service room. All right. Well, I'm not paying attention to any of that. I'm not supposed to allow that. They clearly tell me no cooking in the rooms. You know, Chi-Town's not allowed to cook in a room. Yeah, okay.
I mean, not to go back, but I don't give a fuck right now. Again, the only thing about the shit rib people that got me was the video they posted about making ribs in their bathroom. Like they were trying to like boss up. They were like trying to impress people.
To promote.
Look it. I'm making ribs. Yeah, in a motherfucking hotel bathroom, bro.
Not just any bathroom.
Yeah, oh, no, no.
This place has been there long enough that, man.
It ain't a 5-star hotel.
Oh yeah, it gets 5 stars. Just, you got to add get there. I shouldn't say that because the hotel staff and management and owner, the owner's cool. The management's treated me well. They take good care of me. And the property manager now, that they left them. The hotel manager that now is the district manager literally left the new guy to sink or swim, Philip. And he did a hell of a job, man. I mean, hell of a job. So I really appreciated that. That was, you know, I keep thinking, man, where's my man Dustin, man? Where is he? Man, he was parking cars. That's what he was doing. Running that side lot, parking cars. The whole weekend. And he left his poor boy Philip to deal with all kinds of shit. But my man Tim was there. He saved my ass a couple times. Some of the shit happening there. Just crazy.
Yeah.
But it's still the best event in Michigan. And so far, twice I've had to call groups that had us on a list for, you know, best event.
Yeah.
Call them 2 different groups and say, you need to take me off.
Right.
I don't want to be on that list.
It's a private event.
And don't make me call Russian hackers and have your site blown up. I mean, thank you. I appreciate the nod, but I don't need it.
What else? Who else performed?
Oh man, you're asking me these questions. I should know the answer. I can look it up. Give me a second. My problem.
Man, I thought Bizarre was supposed to perform.
I thought Bizarre was supposed to perform too.
And King Gordy.
Ain't neither one of them was there, were they? You know what? I think they just they think that it ain't gonna be what they think it is. They don't think it's gonna be that cool of an event. Because I know nobody offered them more money than I did. Came with a recording contract and everything, but no, they didn't. No. I did
No,
tell my
yeah, shout out to Infamous Cash, Infamous, yeah.
Infamous. I invited Infamous for one reason. I like him with his band.
Yeah, for sure.
Really good with his band.
Yeah.
And I've seen him just do it to a thumb drive before, and he ain't bad. That ain't the problem. He's just so much. He feeds off the band feeds off him. All right, give me half.
Shout out to Uncle Stoner too, man, and Squash Off, man. Me and Roach did that shit last year, but that shit was intense, man. That's the whole reason why I didn't get to see Nick perform last year, because I was doing the Squash Off. Shout out to Cushy Kai. She was in the building.
Man, I saw her. I was like, hey, now, I know you.
Yeah.
And these girls are all much better, much prettier in real life.
Person, right?
They are on Instagram. That's all I can say.
True that. Damn, he said I might know someone with ties to Lil White. I told you last year you should have Lil White, man.
Man, you know I don't.
He has a song. He has a song mentioning Hash Bash in it. It's a shit. Maybe if you book him like so far ahead of time, he'll make a song about the Hash Bash Cup, not just Hash Bash.
All right. So first of all, what was your
last? I'm telling you, he's done shit with Jelly Roll. You know that guy that you should have got years ago. He was before he was country.
I know. Don't get me started. That one kills me more than anything. That I could have had photos of Jelly Roll at Hash Bash Cup, and I could have sold them to TMZ. The night he collected that award, I could have been like, hey, TMZ, you want to see some interesting photos? Here's Jelly Roll at a weed event. Playing for a bunch of stoners. And it wasn't country. But yeah, he Willie J played, and then King Gordy was supposed to play, but no King Gordy, so we did the awards. And then the Demolition Derby, then Eazy-E, Little Flip, and then T Money Green himself.
Yeah, shout out to T Money Green, man.
And T Money Green went on after midnight.
Yeah, no, that blew my mind, man.
It blew
He was, bro. We did it. We did the show from, we've always done the show from 9 to, well, not always, but when we started doing it on YouTube, it was 9 to 11. And 10:30, T Green is like texting me while we're doing the show live. He's like, you guys almost done? I'm like, bro, like we go to 11. It was like we did 3 shows at T Money Green's spot in the Russell. And then we ended up getting our own spot. And that's when the pandemic hit. That's how we left the Russell.
Sorry, you'd have been leaving the Russell anyways.
Oh, yeah, for sure. The Russell ain't the Russell anymore, as far as I'm concerned. The only people that are still there that I know is the well, it's not the Glass Project. It's what is it? Urban Pheasant. Urban Pheasant, the glass guys. Yeah. Shout out to Bowl Pusher and Shay Ross.
Did you see the Mad Dabber?
No, did I?
He was on Friday at midnight.
After Lath?
After Lath, yeah.
I think I did.
He wears the top hat type looking thing.
Yeah, with the fucked up, I mean, not fucked up, like the weird glasses.
Yeah, one's round, I swear.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah. I didn't know who he was, though, until you just told me.
He actually plays with Maruga a lot, but Maruga has been ill. You know, Maruga, the drummer.
Uh-oh.
Oh, all right. He lives in Ann Arbor. He played at Woodstock, so
Shit.
we always like to have him out. And he's just been ill lately, so they record a bunch of stuff together. And so it was Mad Dad.
Yeah, I ran into him, just fucking talked to him for like 5 minutes. I didn't even know who he was.
Oh. But yeah, I was really impressed by the Cobras. I was very excited when I heard them. I mean, I listen to them every day, but when I actually heard them live, it was
right. No, that was the first time I ever heard them. And I was
right.
like, oh, I heard them. Yeah, man. Well, it's public knowledge for John's funeral, right? Or is it just a private event? Because I seen it posted.
I understand that, and to be honest with you, I don't know how public it is. I know there's only seating for 200 people in the MOCAD. The rest will be standing. But there could be a few hundred people there.
Shout out to Chelsea for
making
coffee. Yeah.
Man, I'm like, maybe it was Saturday, maybe it was even Sunday already. I said, hey, can I get a tea? 20 minutes later, there's like a hot pot, cups, all kinds of tea bags, everything you would need for tea. She brought over into my office. And I was like, hell yeah, I should have been doing this all weekend.
Right.
But I'm looking forward to talking to some of my vendors because I think the crowd might have been a little thicker than it was in the past.
No, I think there was a lot more people.
But see, I know exactly how many wristbands.
I think a lot of people came Friday thinking they were going to see some fucking midget wrestling.
Good. Then I did well.
And at least 5 people I talked to was like, oh man, I thought there was going to be wrestling.
There almost was.
Yeah.
Man, I saw people.
Yeah. Why is that, Adam?
Why? I saw people. Yeah. I saw, you know how many, you know what?
All right, we talked. I mean, we can get back to the good stuff before we end the show, but I guess it's time to get into the fucking shiesty shit. The fucking backstabbing, fucking.
I was going to get a sticker made that said on site. And when I saw you, I'd walk up to you and put the sticker on you. Because you were one of those guys that, not you personally, but you would have been one of those guys that was like, man, on site, you know, I'm going to blah, blah, blah. Man, these people, nobody did nothing. You know, it's not that type of thing. This is a peaceful thing where all these people gather. And They help each other out. They look after each other's stuff. But there seems to be this new breed out there. And, you know,
I mean, I hate to say it, man, but majority of the young generation,
yep,
just don't give a fuck, bro.
They do not. And they don't know that the fucking whole world is covered by cameras.
Yeah, that's even worse. There's cameras throughout the whole fucking hotel, on the outside of the hotel,
not
in the
even
other fucking hotel.
I'm talking in the world.
Oh no, but I'm just saying, like visible cameras, you can see for yourself.
Right, ain't nothing hidden, and people still do shit. And I told my son, my 12-year-old son, that, you know, when I was a boy your age, man, we used to get away with murder. Literally murder. Yeah. Nowadays, they track you when you left your house because your neighbor's Ring camera saw you go. And then the freeway, they got cameras. They got cameras downtown. Man, you can't even get to the spot no more because they got so many cameras. And here you got guys pickpocketing. And this ain't just at my event. This happens everywhere. At every event. Every weed event out there. You know, guys lifting shit out of people's backpacks. People stealing backpacks. Like, you see a backpack sitting there. Don't you make sure that it gets back to its rightful owner?
That's how I sit, bro. Walking through the atrium, like walking in between fucking tables and shit, I was seeing all kinds of shit. And I'm like tapping people on their shoulder, like people I don't even know. I would do that. I would probably do that for a fucking grimy piece of shit motherfucker that I don't even like. Because that's the type of person I am. Like, hey, bro, you dropped something right here, you stupid fuck. You know what I mean? Like, but no, like,
I mean, we do shit. We find stuff. We find stuff. We take it. We set it down. We wait for someone to come looking for it because you know they got that panic on there. They're looking all around.
Yeah,
and you're like, "That's him. Hey, man, come here. Did you leave this? Did
like
you leave
that one guy that lost his keys and called the cops? And somebody's,
What's his Instagram name? Do you remember?
Serial City.
No problem. I wanted to put it out there because that was a real asshole move to do. And
it was.
It cost me money because now I got to print up fucking banners that say, if you have an emergency, contact security.
Yeah, no, I seen that. Like, this was the first year you put them up, didn't you?
Yeah.
Because, like, straight up, I've never seen those signs before, ever.
Our security guys will take care of it, whatever the situation is. Our security guys all had Narcan on. Each officer had Narcan on them.
There was a lot more security this year.
They gave me, because people walk in them doors without wristbands. Now, see your wristband. Let me see your. Oh, you got to walk around the building. Sorry.
I just liked how some of the bands said Hash Bash Club. Did you notice that?
Yep. I made the bands. What are you talking about?
So what, did they fuck up or did you fuck up?
I think autocorrect fucked up.
Hash Bash Club, y'all. Welcome to the Hash Bash Club.
And when I saw it, I opened the box and I went, oh, okay. Because we were using them either way.
Oh, no, I knew it. You should have been like, hey, I ain't paying for these, but I'm using them.
They ain't cheap, bro.
That's I'm sure they're not.
It cost me probably.
The unprinted ones are expensive.
It cost me probably I think about $1,700 to get all the wristbands I would need for that event printed the way I want them. You know?
Shout out to Debbie from Buffalo joining us.
Oh, hey, Debbie. I know Debbie in Buffalo.
Hell yeah.
Knows me. But yeah.
It was good meeting new people this year again, as always.
Yeah, it's always good to meet new people. That means you can cut some of the old people out.
Yeah. So, I mean, we got a little video footage. It's not the best quality, but apparently there's other fucking footage too, but we can't show that footage. But I'll show.
Different incidents, and we have video footage of each.
Yeah, we got video evidence of one that we can show, and that's
Right.
what we're about to do. All right. All right. Apparently somebody picked up a fucking backpack.
That's
and
someone.
His boy just fucking turns around and he's like being a lookout.
Right.
While this dude's going through this fucking backpack like a piece of shit. So did they ever?
At some point, you'll see his face changes when he sees what's in the backpack. He calls his boy over.
Yeah, this is downgraded so bad, but whatever. Like compared to the other videos, this one's like tiny.
That's it right there. See
yeah. He fucking pops his head out.
He's like,
I wish I had that button, enhance, like in the movies. That would be the word.
And he calls
like, come over here, man. Look at this shit.
Boy over.
Oh yeah, man. Shit. Yeah. We hear lit, bro. Yeah. Let me zip this back up.
Yeah, let me put all this away. Except his boy carries the backpack.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they have video of his boy carrying the backpack. And here you go.
There's the handoff.
Yeah. Now we're into conspiracy.
Yeah.
And they eventually were caught because they were walking around and they went.
Oh.
They went into a hotel room, and it's my understanding, of course, I wasn't there, but it was my understanding that the security officer went up and knocked on the door and said, "Where's the backpack?" And the kid said, "What are you talking about? We don't know about no backpack." And the cop basically explained how they had just committed a felony, and they made him, where's the backpack? He gave up the backpack. And then they sweated these guys for 2.5 hours. They put them in the office, in the business office, and they let them know that, they were going to call the Ann Arbor cops. They were just waiting for them to get there. The problem is if you steal something, a backpack, for instance, and it's either worth or it contains something worth more than $1,000 or a firearm, you've just committed a felony. And that's gonna fuck you up.
Right.
So yeah, my security, they sweated them for a little bit and then they threw them out. Like a couple hours, sweated them. And you could see the look on their face.
And this is just one incident.
Yeah.
I mean, we can talk about the other one, right?
Yes, we
Just
can.
can't.
So we can talk about the other one because it is public knowledge. It's been filed in the courts. There's police reports. We will FOIA. Well, I'll get to that in a second, but we will be able to show the video once the court case has resolved itself. But I'll let you tell the actual story, but for a different reason. At one point, my head of my security comes up to me and he kneels down and he starts talking to me, and I'm smoking a big fucking cannon. And I noticed, because I don't turn my head, I have a fused neck, so I don't turn my head much, but I noticed standing next to him is this smoking hot, short Ann Arbor police officer. And I'm like, oh shit, sorry, you know, I didn't want to front her off, you know. I was like, she's like, yeah, I just wanted to come meet you. I was told I needed to come meet you, so I wanted to come meet you. And originally, when she showed up, she said, where's Adam? And everyone went, Adam who? What are you talking about? And she's like, no, I was told I need to meet him. Because I had talked to the lieutenant from the department a week earlier, and he kind of liked me, I guess, and told her, you should meet him. Well, as she's telling me that, no, she wanted to meet me, I see this thing flash at me from her chest. And it's her body camera. And I go, oh, you're wearing a body camera?
And I got a reflection off the light.
I clouded the body camera. So now I have to FOIA her body camera. But we're going to FOIA that anyways, because she was one of the responding officers to this theft that had happened and this felony arrest that occurred. So, you know, it was...
Wow. Somebody said, well, Chelsea said, my poor hotel neighbors, they camped out in the hallway waiting to find the assholes who took their stuff.
They sat in the hallway all night long waiting to see who came out.
That bag or whatever came out.
Oh, no, not the bag.
Oh, you're talking about the big case of shit, like a cooler or whatever, wasn't it?
Yeah. They camped out all night.
So this is a totally different incident that we're talking about. Somebody took a cooler with how should I put it? I mean, it had a lot of stuff in it, worth a lot of money in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, somebody apparently, you know, they were going up to the room. They were going up to the room. He had multiple things, so he apparently he had to piss or something. He ran into the room, fucking dropped what he had, took a piss, and came out 2 minutes later, and the shit was gone.
And you could see on the video, the guy walked right by it, go into his room, and then he comes back, gets it, and takes it to his room.
Wow.
I mean, on camera.
I know. That's what I'm saying. There's cameras everywhere.
But what are you going to do? And then he had the nerve to return.
To that room?
No, the next day, of course.
Oh, he left.
Well, yeah, he went. He went somewhere. They. It's my understanding.
So was this in the event hotel or the other one?
The event
Oh,
hotel, and it's my understanding that they hid all the product in the room, and a box disappeared, but the cooler that was with it, they hid like behind something. Like you could tell they hid it.
Yeah. Well, the people who, I mean, have been accused of doing this said, well, the woman involved, I heard she said that somebody working for them mistaked it. It was a mistake that they thought it was theirs.
Before you believe anything,
I'm just
No, I
putting
know.
it out there. That's what her
I'm just
story.
saying this. Before you believe anything that she said, you have to understand that when they were asked about it, she said, "Oh, I was sound asleep at that time." But when you look at video, she's somewhere else and not asleep at that time when this happened. She was downstairs. This was happening upstairs. And how can you be asleep at the time when all the stolen stuff was found under the mattress in the box, in the frame? They got the new beds with frames, so there's a center area.
That is fucking crazy, bro.
And he said, I was asleep, but they found the stuff in the bed.
But then I heard that they accidentally sold a quarter of whatever was in the fucking cooler. Accidentally sold it.
Well, I heard they sold it out of town, and he came back the next day and was somewhat promptly met by the Ann Arbor police. And that they now have felony arrest number 1.
Oh, apparently somebody's, well, I guess since it's in the chat, somebody took up some money out of C. Greasy's backpack, apparently.
Yeah, I heard.
And Clover's personally offering a reward to anybody who knows.
I heard about that, and I can't imagine who would do that. I mean,
I don't, me either.
And I heard names talked about, and I'm like,
shit's crazy.
That person didn't do that, but it doesn't make sense, man. I mean, there's no reason to be this way, people.
No. Like, I mean, there's been shit in the past, where shit's, I don't know, man. For some reason, just this year felt a little different.
My question is, who stole the Dab House banner?
What?
You have one opportunity to give it back without.
Oh man, yeah, you get caught with that. Like it's gonna be a background for something. Who the fuck would steal that?
People steal banners they steal my banners. I watched a guy cut my fucking banner off the thing because I use zip ties. He cut my banner and I'm walking by him and he knows who I am. I don't know who
You're not walking, you're capping.
All right. I'm rolling by the guy. And I'm watching him and he looks up and he sees me. And I just pretend like I didn't see him cut that down. And I just keep rolling right by him. Now, people grab that stuff because, it's it's a memory of the event. And
Yeah,
I mean, you're talking to a guy who steals fucking plates and spoons and knives and glasses from restaurants that have logos. But a sign at an event, come on, I ain't doing that. You know? But every year people take my banners. There's all kinds of banners that disappear. Where'd it go?
Right.
You know, some of them are made that actually can be used in the future. They disappear.
Yes, sir.
But all right, if you like my logo that much, I appreciate the fact that you stole one. Least you could do is go buy a t-shirt, a hat, and a pin. And even a hoodie. You like my logo so much.
Mine was stolen 2 years ago, Native Made said.
Yeah, see, I don't understand that. Now, I will tell you, if you post, now this is important. If you post a banner that you didn't pay for to have posted, they do have a way of disappearing. Because if you didn't pay to post your banner and you just thought, well, I'm going to hang my banner here, I'm sorry, we sell sponsorships. They pay to have their banner posted. You know? And it just ain't right. I mean, when people do that, but my people will take your banner down if it don't. And I've had people come to me, oh man, my banner's missing. I put my banner up there and it's missing. And I'm like, oh, and you paid us how much to put your banner up there? Oh, I didn't pay you anything. Oh, so you just thought you could hang a banner? Why don't you go do that at the Pistons game or the Lions game? You know, next to the Bud Light sign. Why don't you hang your big corporate banner and see what happens? And then I hand them back their banner because, you know, they realize they're an idiot. But, you know, it is what it is. It's just uncool. Some of this shit's uncool. And what gets me is a guy says to me, man, I saw someone walking through the ballroom and they were all bunched up against the person in front of them and they started stealing shit out of their backpack. And I'm like, then why the fuck didn't you say anything, dude? You know, make a big stink about it. We got security. And the people will turn on you if you make the wrong mistake. But the ballroom's too zany for me. I can't get around. And I can't listen to that wonderful music that DJ Kamikaze plays. And I don't spend much time in the ballroom.
Bro, usually I do a lap, you know, around the whole entire thing. Bro, I can do it. I just did the outside ring when I went in there. That was it. Everybody I knew was like either on the edge or, you know.
Normally I go up and down each aisle as they're setting up in order to collect my goodies. Hey, stop by my table. I got something for you, that type of shit.
Yeah.
Or the people I know I can grab a donut roll from or a donut hole, you know, whatever. This time, Friday, we were so busy Friday morning with all kinds of crazy shit. I never even made it in there. I never made it to the meeting rooms. My boy said he did excellent in the meeting room. And, but we had something new this year that we had never had before. A company called Endo came on board, and you know how when you walk off stage at the Oscars or Emmys or anything like that, they take your award back that they used on stage and they actually give you one.
Yeah.
Right? Well, we do pretty much the same thing. We keep showing off the same two plates and same plate and same award, and then we give you yours in a box, you know. And I forgot why I started telling you this. God damn it. Oh, I know. So Endo, you remember the guy in Willy Wonka that whispered in the kids' ears each time they found a golden ticket? I forget his name, but it's some long ass name. Anyways, this was kind of like that. You stepped off the stage, and right away someone grabbed a hold of you and said, hey, if you're interested in getting your caregiver product into the metric system, we can help you. You're a winner. We'll be happy to help you. Handing out cards and, you know, already heard back from a couple people. Hey, man, who do I get in touch with? Blah, blah, blah. They called the number. But that was new for us this year to actually have something like that going on in the building where they're willing to help people get their product in the metric. And then, of course, we had our big $5,000 cash prize for the rosin category. And I don't think any money's ever been given away in Michigan for awards. Certainly not real money like that. You're muted.
My bad, I was muted. John Holmes is asking, where can I buy a hoodie? Do you got a online store where you sell the shirts from previous years?
I don't have an online store. I was thinking of setting one up. I very well may, but all you got to do is hit me up if you want any of the swag that you might have seen. And the easiest way to do it is to go to the Hash Bash Cup site and call any of the numbers you find. Or look at the Hash Bash site, call the media number. I'll answer. But it's easy to get my number, get a hold of me. Hit me up on Instagram. Might take a day or two before I realize I should check my messages. But yeah, I got extra swag. And we always reprint last year's shirt. So if you didn't get a shirt last year, when you show up this year, there's shirts generally.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, we
well, I mean the rosin was a cash prize. Who won that? We'll say that. I've heard of them, but I've never had their product.
Damn.
Yeah, I can't think.
I'm sorry. And all the information is just like right over there on the other side of the room. My crippled ass can't get to it. But I got a lot on my mind, so I was just happy to get through the Hash Bash. That's all. And then by Saturday evening, I know I've gotten through the cup, so I'm good there. But yeah, God, I wish I could remember who won.
Yeah. Oh, I want to say a name, but I think I'm wrong. I don't want. Was it Grateful Meds?
Yes, it was Grateful Melts.
Melts. Grateful Melts. Yeah. I could swear I heard of them, but
Grateful Meds, someone else.
Yeah. All right. Grateful Melts. Boom.
Yeah, they won first prize on their rosin. So hopefully next year we'll be able to do it again and give money to all the prize winners.
Hell yeah.
My man. But yeah, I'm gonna tell you something. Next year the event's gonna sell out even faster because a lot of people came up to me and said, "Oh, I wish I'd have known when whatever entries were due." Or
Yeah.
I'm like, well, first of all, understand we put everything out there in a timely fashion. So enough months, generally before the event, we post about the event. That gives you the opportunity, if you want to enter the event, to put your crop in the ground. And then we announce things like throughout the crop growing, little bits and pieces of what's going on. But we never just put it out there. It's always somewhat cryptic. People beg you, when are judges' kits available? When are judges' kits available? Well, if you haven't paid attention, when you see the picture of Judge Wapner, you know it's time to look for judges' kits. And it says it in the comments. I would never put it in the post. That would make it too easy. If you can't figure out how to enter the competition, we don't necessarily need to smoke your stuff. And it ain't that hard. I got, but I still got probably a third of the amount of pre-registry entries or pre-registries than I got entries. So we had like 90.
No, man. I think next year people should get disqualified for putting in entries in class.
Well, but what's even better about that is that
them bitches are so heavy.
These are people that don't even. I asked because I was curious how this happens, and I'm like, "Did you ever request the entry details?" And they're like, "No, I just went from last year." And I'm thinking, we lowered the price. I should charge you last year's prices. We required a testing fee. We no longer do. I should require you to pay that. And, let you pay. I don't care. But, yeah. I don't get it.
My shit, Bergen, Adam, thank you both for what you guys do. Oh, man, shout out to Roach, too, man. Apparently, you couldn't make it tonight, but shout out to Roach. Try getting a hold of him. Couldn't get a hold of him. Hope everything's all right.
Right.
Yeah, man. Long leaves. On a positive note, y'all. We talked about all the thieving and shit. But there's plenty of people giving out, free samples. And,
a lot of that.
Hopefully people got some good shit. Not all of it was shake. No, I mean, like I said, man, the pre-roll fucking category this year was real disappointing, man. I think I'm gonna get some product from some of my sponsors and do some pre-rolls for next year.
I know. I never understood that, man. Pre-rolls are so easy. And all you got to do is roll it up. Some of these people, like this, and again, one guy wasn't reading the rules. He went by last year's rules. He didn't know that we lowered the amount you needed to turn in. So he showed up with 64 grams instead of 32 half grams. I'm like, well, you can leave it and enter, or you can just go without it and not enter.
I mean, I understand a lot of the fucking security may have felt like some kind of hassle was going on, but they were just doing their job. Shout out to all the security guys.
Oh yeah, we have some great security guys, if you ask me. I mean, a lot of people don't like the way they behave, but my security people are the coolest ones around.
I mean, show them that you're banned.
Just doing their job, man.
I know, yeah. Even the dudes that know who I am, I'm just like, and they're like, you don't got it. I'm like,
one of them came up to me and said, "You think we can get Big J to put a band on?" I'm like, "You go ask." I'm like, "You can go ask him if you want." I don't think he was given a band.
I think it'd be dope for VIPs to get some kind of fucking lanyard with the fucking.
The problem is those are transferable.
Oh yeah, true that. But
that's why I don't really give out lanyards so much, because they're transferable.
True that.
But
shout out to all the people that was working the hash bash. The Big Cloud people, Baby Mama, Miss Rue, all them. I don't know, man. I seen a couple pole dancers I enjoyed watching too. Shout out to them.
Yeah.
Now that's an art form.
Sure was. On that lollipop.
Right. SOB Labs up in this bitch. What up, though? KK. Yeah. Apparently there was some drama going on IG during the show.
Some drama.
Drama? What? Yeah. They only got 7 minutes. And I wanna girlfriend was fired on the pole. Oh yeah. She was. All of them. There was a couple pole dancers.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to all the new faces I've seen this year too. And people that actually introduced themselves. Like I'm such and such off of Instagram. And I'm like, oh shit.
Right.
I know who you are, man. Appreciate you.
I started getting better at accepting that. I used to just say, "Oh, nice to meet you," and ignore them. Go back to what I was doing. You got to talk to them. I mean, these people, they watch you.
Yeah. But yeah, man, this is usually when I tell Roach to remind everybody what they need to do. But here we go. Everybody needs to go out and get your medical marijuana card, y'all. And one of the dope places you can do it is Detroit Certification Center. You can get at them at Detroit Cert Center on social media, DetroitCertCenter.com, or just hit them up or text them 248-275-6707. Once again, that's 248-275-6707. And there's plenty of other places you can get your card too, man. You want to name some of those, Adam, before you fall asleep?
Where you can get your card?
Yeah. Who else? What?
I can name places to get your card. Vehicle City, Dr. B, Pure West from my man Bomber, Michael Dewey up north, and man, you think I'm not paying attention? You think I'm falling asleep?
I seen one eye open as soon as I asked you that question. You're like,
I've been practicing on keeping one eye open. Dude, do you know how hard it's been in the last 5 days?
I'm sure, man. I appreciate you.
Exhausted.
Shout out to Michigan Weedsters. They were in the building too. They'll hook you up with a card.
I saw them. I saw a lot of people.
There was a lot of people. Apparently, I didn't even see some of the people I wanted to see. They were in and out. They couldn't handle smoke.
Did you see the chick with the pink bow in her hair?
Which one? There's a few of them.
No.
Oh, you're talking about your girl?
My girl, yeah.
Yeah, I think she's in the chat.
I believe I watched her go into your room.
With a lot of other people.
Hey, there weren't other people there.
What?
I didn't say there weren't other people there.
Yeah, I didn't invite her.
As long as she didn't know.
Hey, she did give me pizza though.
She got you pizza.
Yeah, and she ended up giving me some cigarettes.
Man, she could have knocked on my door. I could have used some stuff.
Yeah.
That's all right.
But yeah. Who else did you forget, man?
With cards?
Yeah. Man, just holler at us.
Detroit
Mondays,
Any of us, man.
For sure.
Call me. I'll send you to my guy. He'll fix you up. Especially if you're a dude, man. He's got them. He's an ED doctor, but he also sells. He also does weed. He used to be the doctor at the Dab House, the original doc.
Oh, all right. I think I know him. I think
Dr. Boo.
He gave me my second card. Like he renewed my second card.
Well, he could give you your second something else too if you took the bill. But anyways, he's cool. He's out in West Bloomfield. You can go see him. Let's see, Michael Dewey, Boomer. Who else is there? Detroit Certification, of course. We talk about
Michigan Weedsters.
Weedsters.
Vehicle City Social, GC3. We go through the list every time. I went through a list in the beginning of the show. Everybody in here needs to rewatch the show anyway. So,
Right.
but you know who helped us out most of all, and the main reason why we still do this shit. Shout out to all of our awesome sponsors.
Yeah.
And of course, that includes Native Made 313, Michigan Turf Farms, Neveduction Extracts, Tiki Madman, SOB Labs, and Tree Street Packaging. Boom. Nah, shout out to Tree Street for hooking us up with those dope ass drawstring bags.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Cool.
Hell yeah. And they hooked us up with a brand new banner that was up, if you've seen it. Nice glossy banners shining. Tree Street Packaging, they'll hook you up. And yeah, thanks for joining us for Medical Mondays. Hope everybody enjoys the rest of your Monday, and stay tuned to the IG, y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah.